What is an Ekant?
This is a big base. You have been Great Nicobar Island, Air Force, Air, Navy. From anthropology point of view, what are your views?
What is the percentage of budget, of the total budget allotted for health?
Do you think any time will come when the government hospitals will also promote medical tourism in this?
We are losing a doctor going to civil service. How do you see this?
Shall I call you Dr. Abhijeet Jain?
Yes, sir.
Please sit down. Where are you working these days?
Sir, I am working Ayushman Arogya Mandir in Janakpuri West.
Okay. And I was just looking at your hobbies. So reciting Jain verses, right?
Sir, it's interest, not a hobby, I would say.
Anyway, so interest here, such as hobbies. So reciting Jain verses. Which verses you recite?
Sir, different like Bhaktamar Stotra, Meri Bhavna, Mahavirashtak Stotra, Pashnath Stotra, and many more.
So can I ask you some question about Jain worldview?
Yeah, definitely, sir.
What is an Ekant?
Sir, Anikantvad means looking at one thing from a different perspective. If you allow, I can go deep into the metaphysics of it.
Please go ahead.
So, Jainism believes that to understand one object, one need to understand this object from the different object as well, because every object is connected. So, if I want to understand this glass, I need to understand every object of the world, because this glass has different meaning for the every object or every living being of the world. So, Anikant.
Confine yourself to an Ekant. Don't go into the entire cosmology and ontology. Confine yourself, because an Ekant essentially is an epistemological category. It deals with epistemology, how to know things, Gyan Mimamsa. So just specifically tell me something about an Ekant.
Sir, Anikantvad is mostly metaphysical thing, and Syadvad is epistemology of it. Anikantvad, in general, it means to understand anything from a different perspective. And Syadvad is epistemology, which, if you allow, I can say about Syadvad.
How do you differentiate between epistemology and metaphysics?
Sir, epistemology means to understand the way to understand, the way to get knowledge. And metaphysics means the things that are not understood by the physics, what is universe, how it is made, what are the atoms. So this is metaphysics. And
atom is very much a physics category, isn't it?
Sorry, sir.
So why are you bringing it into metaphysics?
Sorry, sir.
About epistemology, you are right. But tell me about metaphysics. What is metaphysics? What it deals with? Anyway, all right, forget it. So, which newspaper you read generally?
The Indian Express.
I have been noting this trend. Some years ago, the UPSC aspirants used to refer to Hindu constantly. Nowadays, everybody mentions Indian Express. Why? Can you tell me? Can you enlighten me? What has changed? Why all of you are reading Indian Express?
So I might not be the best person to tell this, because I start reading the newspaper just 3 or 4 months ago.
Before that, you did not read newspaper at all?
Sir, I've started preparation this year only. And
No, that's very interesting. Suppose if you were not preparing for civil services, you would not be reading newspapers at all.
Sir, I should be reading the newspaper, but I was not reading the newspaper. That is the case.
And why?
So because of the time constraint in the medical field, we used to be.
अरे यार मेरे खानदान में भी 2-4 डॉक्टर हैं. इतना बिजी कोई नहीं होता है अखबार में. Anyway, continue. I will tell.
So probably nowadays everybody is reading Indian Express because of 2 things. Because some of the educators in the UPSC tell that the Hindu is very critical about the government, and it is giving very critics about the government, not giving the positive sides of the government. So they suggest to read the Indian Express. And Indian Express has also a very good explained page to understand a deep thing about any object, any news.
What you are saying, do you understand the implication of it? You are saying that if you are critical of government, if you have a critical mind or critical understanding of things, it is less likely that you will be selected in the interview. Aren't you saying so?
Sir,
So you are trying to, I mean, what is the implication of your statement is this, that UPSC is looking for only yes men. Actually, the mandate of UPSC is to look for bureaucrats with integrity who at times can tell the political leadership that this is good and this is bad. That is the job of a bureaucrat. So if a bureaucrat is always looking for being uncritical, he's going to be a very bad bureaucrat.
I agree with you, sir, on
So
this.
then,
Sir, but the viewpoint that the educators point out that Indian Express not only gives the positive but also the negative, while the Hindu is mostly concerned with the negative part of the government. I don't.
I don't know, today or maybe yesterday, Hindu praised the budget like anything. It was quite positive about the budget, about which most of the people are negative. Anyway, General Saab.
So, Dr. Abhijeet,
Yes, sir.
first of all, tell me, what are the rules by of the government, especially in Delhi, if we talk of free treatment of EWS patient by private hospitals?
Sir, if the private hospital has been built on a land that has been given by on a concession base, there is a 25% quota that for the bed as well as for the OPD for the EWS candidates.
For the bed also it is 25% or 10%?
Sir, as per my knowledge, it is 25%, though I'm not very sure about it.
Okay, there is a case of Apollo Hospital. It is in today's newspaper also, that the government is recommending to cancel their license, though they have not been treating EWS patients. What are your views?
Sir, I'm of this opinion, if the land is given on a concession basis, they should have their obligation that they should treat the EWS patient within the quota limit. Most of the time, I have also seen that the EWS quota is usually given to the people who are working in the hospital and not to the needy people. I'm of this opinion that there should be strict action against these hospitals who are not aligning with the norms.
What are your views on ESI? How does having worked in the hospital, how will you control the malpractices or fake bills being generated for the insurance or ESI?
So this is a very big problem, the fake insurance bill. How will I do it? First is bundling those bills into three categories: the green bills, yellow bills, and the red bills. What it means, if for a surgery like gallbladder, if the patient has resided in the hospital for a standardized term like 2 days, if the investigation are standardized like one ultrasound, one CT, I would term that the bill might be fair enough. But if it has 4 CT scan and the patient is having longer stay in the hospital, I might be suspicious about it. Then, because there are a lot of number of bills, I would use artificial intelligence to actually generate the payment. If there is green bill, give the payment from the escrow account of the hospital. If it is red, hold the payment and do the investigation, like go on the ground and see what is happening.
There is a big base considered in Great Nicobar Island, Air Force, Air, Navy. From anthropology point of view, what are your views?
So the main issue that in the Great Nicobar project is that the two local indigenous and particularly vulnerable tribal groups might be displaced and their culture might be hampered. But and this is a very important issue, and I was also concerned. But yesterday, day before yesterday, I was reading Honorable Minister's interview, and he was saying that these two tribes would not be displaced, and if there is a possibility of displacement, they would be giving the functional replacement of land with a greater amount, not in a smaller amount. So the Champagne tribes, if they have been relocated well, it would be good as it is for the national security project.
Why should they not be these tribes get benefit of the modern science development, medical development? They remain primitive and they remain vulnerable your views?
Sir, I partly agree with you that they should be benefiting from the modern sciences. But my view is, ask them if they want to integrate in our economy or not. We should not be forcing that, please do integrate in our economy, take the money and do all the stuff. I want that.
Sorry, Raksa. By this logic, we should not be forcing women, for example, who don't want to join the school. We should not be forcing people who don't want to join the workforce.
Sir,
In other words, what I'm saying, that a modern welfare state, can it leave these things to just to so-called choice of the people? Can you allow, for example, students at the age of 14 or 16 to take weed because they want to?
no, sir.
Then the question General Sahib is asking is very fundamental. And being a student of anthropology, please answer that seriously. The question is, and there is a great debate amongst anthropologists and sociologists on this question, that whether in the name of preserving their culture, these tribals must be encouraged to stay at one particular point in history forever, or they should be encouraged to evolve just as all of us have evolved. We also were tribals. As a student of anthropology, you know the first form of human association was tribe, even before family, by the way. Family came later. Tribe came first. Right? Am I right or wrong?
I agree.
So now all of us have evolved so much. We have so much complex society, complex state structures. Why Jarvas should be living in that state only? Why they should be? On the other hand, the argument is, the argument which you are giving in a way, that this should not be forced. My counter question is this, that if the state decides not to force everything, then modern state should not force anything to. I mean, for example, there are communities who want to marry their children off at the age of 10. Why should we force them not to? Keep that in mind and then answer the question.
Sir, I must say that there are some constitutional fundamentals. For example, the sir has pointed out rightly that marrying at the age of 10 is not right. Doing untouchability or forced labor is not right. We should not encouraging these things in the tribals. I'm not fantasizing everything of the tribals culture. But there are some essential parts. For example, bringing money to many tribes has actually made them indebted so much that they are actually doing the forced labor part. So we want to preserve their culture and give the livelihoods that can do both, the preserve their culture and as well as slowly integrate with them in the
ठीक है,
modern field.
लेकिन इस पर सोचिएगा,
I would.
और अगर आप सिलेक्ट हो गए, सिविल सर्वेंट हो गए, तो इस मामले में, बाय द वे, कैन यू रिकॉल a name of a couple of civil servants who have done exemplary work in the area of tribal welfare?
A couple.
कपल का मतलब 1, 2, 3 कपल मैरिड, हस्बैंड वाइफ नहीं कह रहा हूँ 2, 3 ऐसे कुछ जिन्होंने रिमार्केबल काम किया है ट्राइबल वेलफेयर के लिए, उनकी स्टडी के लिए भी. उनमें से यकीनन अगर आपने सीरियसली पढ़ा हो तो वो एंथ्रोपोलॉजी के एकेडमिक कोर्सेज में तो पढ़ाए जाते हैं. यूपीएससी का मुझे नहीं पता, लेकिन एकेडमिक कोर्सेज में तो उनके बारे में पढ़ाया जाता है.
So I'm unable to recall right now. I have
पता लगाइएगा डॉक्टर ब्रह्मदेव शर्मा एंड के सुरेश सिंह. They have done remarkable exemplary work for tribal welfare and documentation of their lives. Particularly Dr. Brahmadev Sharma was a legendary officer. Anyway,
sir, thank you, sir.
So, Abhijeet, so just for my knowledge sake, is Vardhaman a minority institutions or it is a part of the Safdarjung Hospital?
So it's a part of Safdarjung Hospital. It's not a minority institution.
Secondly, we were working for MCD.
Yes, sir.
So in Delhi, there are 3 agencies: central government, state government, and MCD, working in the same domain. So how do you coordinate between all these three hospitals?
Sir, the coordination was a very big problem actually. Currently, under the Ayushman Bharat scheme, like my sub-center has been named as Ayushman Arogya Mandir. So, the CDMO of Delhi government is coordinating between all the three Ayushman Arogya Mandir of CGHS, the central government, municipality, as well as the Delhi government. So, earlier there was different CMOs of different MCD, Delhi government and central government. Now, there is one which is coordinating among them.
Should take दूसरा budget. What provisions have been made for medical medical organizations or for medical? How much money? What is the layout? And
So the layout was 1,06,000 crores approximately, and there were few big announcement. Number one announcement was NIMHANS 2.0 would be in somewhere in the North India. The place is not yet decided. There was focus on biopharma for promoting biopharma in India. There was focus on the Ayurveda Institute. That is, we would open All India
how many of them? Three?
three of the All India Institute of Ayurveda we would be opening up. There were also the talks on medical tourism. There were talks on National Institute of Pharmacology to be established. So these were the major announcements.
And neuro, something for neuro.
NIMHANS. This is NIMHANS for the neuro.
Okay, tell me, what is the percentage of budget, of the total budget allotted for health?
So roughly around 2%.
2%. What should be the ideal budget?
Sir, as per the WHO, it should be 3 to 5%.
3 to 5, big range.
5% they say.
You know the talks.
Expanding spending it would be 86% on health and tech communication. Certain countries are spending even 10%. So,
What is the lack? Because of funding, less funding, where we are lacking?
So because of the lack funding, we are lacking on 2-3 major fronts. The first front is the preventive health aspect. Because the political economy of the preventive health is very less visible, we are not focusing on it. Second is the primary healthcare services. We are seeing that in the rural health, doctors are missing, infrastructure is weak. And third, we are missing on the advancements, the technology, digital health mission.
First reason. Okay, thank you.
By the way, what is your view of commercialization of healthcare?
I think it's a double-edged sword. It is bringing the standardized treatment, it is bringing new technology, but it is harming the equity in the healthcare.
Are you on social media by any chance?
No, sir.
I am. So on Twitter, there is a certain handle or couple of handles who are allopathic doctors naturally. And they constantly go on blasting all so-called alternative therapies, Ayurveda and homeopathy in particular. What's your view of these therapies?
Sir, I had a privilege to talk many Ayurvedacharya during last 2 months. I have a very good view about them. That is, they are very good in treating the chronic management. For example, the chronic pain management, Ayurveda do leech therapy, which is very good. In the allopathy, we just dip diclofenac, which is harming the kidney as well. For different reasons, they are doing good in the different arena. But what is lacking currently, we are living in a scientific era. All are demanding evidence-based research. And though they have been time-tested for the thousands years, but they are not documented yet. So we need to promote the documentation.
Sir. Good.
Okay, you mentioned about Abhijeet that our PHC, public health centers in rural areas are not having fully equipped, lack of infrastructure. As a result, many times our poor villagers have to go to quacks. And when the thief go out of their hand, they refer him to the city hospital, and then most of the time patient doesn't survive. What is your take on that? Why doctors don't want to work in rural health? Their patients are there, people are there, but the tendency is to move towards urban areas. How do it can be cured? Being a doctor, what do you think what can be done?
Okay, so the first question is, why doctors are not willing to go to the rural areas? I think there are three major reasons. The first reason that I think, in my class, 80% of the students were from the urban class, and this 20% remaining student who are from the rural background, they want to go back to the rural areas, but our recruitment is very biased toward the urban centric students. Second, some of my batchmates, when they went to the rural services, they were very frustrated because the standard of treatment what they have learned in the Safdarjung, they were not able to practice there. There were no infrastructure, diagnostic, pharma availability, staff is very less, and the most importantly, the mentorship is not present. So their medical education and training get impacted. And lastly, I think our promotions are very opaque. Many doctors feel stuck 20 years in the same rural areas. They are not being rotated. Solution that I would suggest is, number one, is that if we can have a good recruitment mechanism from the rural areas.
I think any reservation should be, or some preference promotion should be given to those who work in rural areas for some time, 5 years, a year.
Sir,
Should be made compulsory.
I agree on it, and this has been done in few states, like Rajasthan has given PG quota 10% increase in the number who are working in the rural areas. There are other government also who are
And
working on it.
case of urban area, especially in hospitals or private practitioners, there is a click between diagnostic centers and the doctors. If there is one test required, they will mention 3, as you said, 4 times. CTCs, other things will be done. MRI kara lijiye, if there is any, whether it is required or not. Angiography sometimes is not required, they refer for angiography. This click between doctors and the diagnostic centers is a major problem. How it can be broken? Suppose you are a district magistrate, what will you do in that regard?
Okay. So there are 2-3 reasons why it is happening and 2-3 solutions for it. Number one is there is a large information gap. Doctor knows everything, patient do not know anything. So doctor can do anything. If solution might be, we are in the era of artificial intelligence. ChatGPT Health has come. It would provide health literacy to the patient. It would not be like the patient would treat themselves, but patient can ask a lot of questions to the doctors. Why I am going to.
These are poor people or who are a small learning class. They don't have that much knowledge also about seeing on YouTube or to go and see these things. And they are poor fellow, they are at the mercy of the doctors. Sometimes they take loan from others to pay for the tests.
So for that, I would suggest 2 things. Number one, digitalize the health records, and whenever a doctor is prescribing any investigation, be it angiography, CT scan, he or she should also give the rationale of it. And we can do prescription auditing afterwards by artificial intelligence or anything if I am a district magistrate. So I can get a knowledge if the doctor is actually overprescribing or not overprescribing.
Only if the complaint comes to you. So moto, nobody will come to know that what is happening. The things are going on for even now.
No, sir. Why it would be a reactive step? If the things are digitalized, I can be proactive in it. I can do surveillance for it.
You were talking about medical tourism. This is done by the private hospitals only. Do you think any time will come when the government hospitals will also promote medical tourism in this country?
I also want to see that. I also want to see that in the future.
And why so?
But why I want to see in the future?
Yeah.
So because.
Let me tell you my bias very categorically.
Okay.
I hate the term medical tourism.
Okay.
Now convince me if you can.
Sir, can I know why you hate medical tourism?
Because it does not gel.
Because it.
Tourism you do tourism for some pleasure, some anand, and you reduce medical care to that kind of pleasure and anand. You come to India not to get just health, but to enjoy 5-star hospitality in a port. Is that medical tourism, isn't it?
No, sir.
Then what is medical tourism?
Sir, medical tourism means because we are able to provide quality medical care in a very cheap form. So, people from neighboring countries who cannot afford the treatment in their country, they are coming to our country to have a quality as well as cheap medical care. This is
medical tourism.
This is medical tourism, sir.
Are you sure?
100%.
So an American coming to India for some dental problem is medical tourism.
Yes, sir.
Well, great. Anyway,
So, any reply to that? When government hospital will be capable to do this FML?
Sir, I think it would be very long because the government hospital are not able to provide the surgeries on time for the normal citizens, and it would be very tough to provide the foreigners for the same. And I think Indians should be prioritized first.
Incidentally, one more thing before my colleague proceeds. You seem to have a great faith in AI.
Yes, sir.
Why so?
So firstly, I've worked in a AI company, and I've seen the potential of artificial intelligence, how it can catalyze things in a healthcare. So I'm very much optimistic about it.
Some people have great apprehensions about AI. Are you aware of such apprehensions?
I am aware of.
What is your response?
Sir, there are 3-4 apprehensions. The first is that AI would not be value neutral, that the data are usually coming from the Americas and we are treating the patient in the India. Then the Tesla car, which is tested on the American road, should not be coming to India. Similar for the healthcare. My response would be that artificial intelligence as a technology is a very value neutral thing. But the data which is fed on it can be biased. And we need to hyper locally validate that data, not only in the Delhi, but if I am putting it in Janakpuri West, I need to locally validate in that area.
Okay, all right, sir.
Abhijeet, we are discussing a lot about the medical fee. The medical outlay for the budget is low. Doctors not going to rural areas. But we are losing a doctor going to civil service. How do you see this?
A doctor instead of going to rural area.
Where is going to? It's going to civil service. How do you see this?
So I would not.
Precious, talented doctor going. It's a loss for us.
So I cannot fully justify this. I think it's a great loss, but I can give 1-2 justification if you allow.
You have to give in the UPSC board also.
I think I would be truthful that it's a loss. What I can do the justification is that probably I'm healing the patients when I'm working as a doctor. As a civil servant, I would be healing the systems that would benefit a lot of patients. Though I'm
Government has spent a crore rupee on you, making you a doctor, expecting you.
Sir, the money spent on me was for 2 things. Number 1, to make efficient doctor, and number 2 is that making me a publicly responsive person who is responsive to the public service. Being in a medical services or in the civil services, I would be responsive to the public problem and deal with them. So I can justify it a bit, but I am of concern that it's a loss.
How do you see that NEET has lowered the cutoff for PG seats? Don't you think it is lowering the standard of the post-graduation seats? Already there are a lot of private colleges, so it is not going to lower the standard of education.
It's almost the most unfortunate thing that I've seen in the medical education, that the cutoff is -40. Anyone who has appeared in the examination can go for the post-graduation. However, the government, what justification they have given is, number 1, that there are multiple seats that are vacant and we need to fill that seats. These seats are mainly in the non-clinical branch, and we need to promote clinical research and development in these non-clinical branches. So we need to fill the students. The government has given this justification.
Are you aware of the Noida incidents where one engineer has died? The Indigo incidents?
I'm aware.
Indore incidents?
I'm aware.
So what do you see common in all these 3 incidents?
Administrative negligence.
Why? How? Who was responsible?
Sir, I think the whole accountability lies for the administration.
Which
In-
station?
In Indore, it would be the municipal administration, which is looking after the quality of the water that is provided for the households. For the Noida, we unfortunately do not have municipality there. So it would be lie on the district magistrate administration. And
for Indigo?
sir, for the Indigo cases, I think the regulatory authority which has let the duopoly exist should be responsible.
Which is?
Sir, I'm not aware. Contact regulator. Okay.
You have impressed me, and I'm sure my colleagues, with your integrity, your honesty. I particularly liked your answer that you have started reading newspapers only a couple of months ago. That's a very good answer. And be honest and sincere in answering your questions at UPSC. Also, similarly, to Sir's question that yes, it will be a loss to medical professor. That was a very good answer. So, integrity and knowledge, it's perfectly fine. I think you are going to make it. All the best. Any more comments, sir, you want to add?
One comment I want to make.
Yeah.
As a district magistrate, how many hospitals are in a district, government hospitals?
Sir.
One day given dinner will make hundreds of the doctors to run and hundreds of the facilities created in the hospitals. You should also this I can improve the
Yeah, that's right. And secondly, by the way, just और कुछ सर? दो आखिरी सवाल आपसे पूछने हैं मुझे. Was any responsibility fixed in Noida incident on the DM?
No,
Did
sir.
any, why? And what was the reason?
Sir, I do not know the reason.
जानते तो हो यार, बेकार की बातें मत करो. This is a secret that everybody in the country knows.
You Noida was transferred.
हाँ, वही तो मैं कह रहा हूँ ना. His answer is right. His answer was right that it is ultimately DM. But anyway, I have last question. Why your city is not known as Hira?
Oh. Sir, it was the name Parna was the original name, and it was later called as Panna. And the Parna name was coming because of Sri Prananath ji.
Yes, I know. Thank you. Very good. Very good.
Last one thing, just before entering the interview, have a look at the mirrors. Okay. Right? Your tie.
आपकी टाई ठीक नहीं है, नहीं.
लंबी है.
ये जरा देख लीजिएगा.
Quickly
I'll
आने से पहले थोड़ा सा देख लीजिए.
वहाँ जरा देख लीजिए.
नीचे वाली टाई लंबी है, थोड़ा लंबी.
थकान लग रही है.
हाँ, UPSC में फौजी दफ्तरों की तरह वो तो नहीं होता है हाउ एम आई लुकिंग स्मार्ट, लेकिन बाथरूम में है. बाथरूम में जाके आप मिरर देख सकते हैं. ठीक है, ऑल द बेस्ट. वेरी गुड.
Thank you, sir.